everyone, so today we are going to learn about sentence classes. So before that, we have to know about what is sentence. So a sentence forms a complete thought or idea. It consists subject and predicate or a verb. So if I just say I, it is not a complete sentence because I am not knowing what I'm doing. But if I say I eat, it is a complete sentence because it forms a complete thought or idea. Because I as a subject and eat as a verb. Now we have to know what is simple sentence. So a simple sentence has just one independent clause with one subject and one verb. It tells a complete idea. For the example, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So for the subject, it's the quick brown fox, and the predicate is jumps. Even though the sentence is longer, it still has only one complete idea.
Now I will explain about compound sentences. So what is compound sentences? Compound sentences is two or more independent clauses joined together. And there are three ways we join the clauses. First, compound sentences with coordinators, and the second, compound sentences with conjunctive adverbs, and the last, compound sentences with semicolon. So I will explain about compound sentences with coordinators and compound sentences with conjunctive adverbs. Now I will explain about compound sentences with coordinators. To remember the coordinators, we can call it as fanboys. They are for, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. And disclaimer, to use this coordinator, there's comma after the first independent clauses. Okay, I will explain the coordinators but and yeah. There are different usages. So but is used to connect two clauses that are direct opposites. For example, I want to study art, but my parents want me to study engineering. It stands for direct opposite. And for yet is used when the second clause is an unexpected or surprising continuation based on the first clause. For example, I'm very bad at math, but yet my parents want me to study engineering. As we can see in the sentence, it's surprising. It continues with surprising sentence. And disclaimer, but can use for both types of connection, while yet is suitable only for surprising clauses. So compound sentences with coordinators can be followed as independent clause, coordinators, and independent clause again. For example, Fika was tired, but she still went for a run. So the first independent clause is Fika was tired, and the coordinator is but, and the last independent clause is she still went for a run. And why are these independent clause for the first sentence? Because there is subject, which is Fika, and predicate was tired. And the second independent clause is the she as subject still went as a predicate. So compound sentences with conjunctive adverb can be formed as follow: independent clause, conjunctive adverb, and also independent clause again. So for example, salt water boils at a higher temperature than fresh water. There is semicolon after that, and therefore food cooks faster in salt water. So the first independent clause, salt water as a subject and boils as a predicate. And then there is conjunctive adverb, therefore, and independent clause again with subject foods and cooks as a predicate.
The last one is compound sentence with semicolon. A compound sentence with semicolon connects two independent clauses that are closely related but are not separated by conjunction. The semicolon is used to indicate that the two clauses are connected, but each clauses can stand alone. Look the example: Poland was the first Eastern European country to turn away from communism. Others soon followed. Poland until communism as the first independent clauses, and others soon followed as the second independent clauses. Next is complex sentence. What is complex sentence? Complex sentence contains one independent clause and one or more dependent clause. In a complex sentence, one idea is generally more important than the other. We place the more important idea in the independent clause and the less important idea in the dependent clause. The first one, complex sentence with adverb clauses. What is adverb clause? An adverb clause works like an adverb. It tells us when, where, why, or how something happens. Adverb clauses begin with words like when, while, because, although, if, so, or that. These clauses can come before or after the main idea. Look at the example. Because Fauzan studied hard, he passed the exam with flying colors. Because until study hard is dependent adverb clause. This part tells us why Fauzan passed the exam. And he passed the exam with flying colors as independent clause.
Next, I will tell you about complex sentence with adjective clauses. An adjective clause acts like an adjective. That is, it describes a noun or pronoun. An adjective clause begins with a relative pronoun such as who, whom, which, whose, or that, or with a relative adverb such as where or when. It follows the noun or pronoun it describes. The structure is independent clause plus dependent adjective clause. For example, last year we vacationed in Bali, which featured excellent scuba diving. Here, last year we vacationed in Bali as an independent clause, and then which features excellent scuba diving as the dependent adjective clauses. The dependent adjective clause adds extra detail about Bali, indicating that it has the quality of featuring excellent scuba diving. I will tell about complex sentence with noun clauses. A noun clause begins with a WH questions word, that whether and sometimes if. A noun clause acts like a noun. It can be either the subject or an object of the independent clause. Dependent noun clause, for example, is that there is a hole in the ozone layer of Earth's atmosphere is well known. Here is the dependent noun clause. Next example is scientists know what caused it. In the first example, that there is a hole in the ozone layer of Earth's atmosphere is the subject of the verb is. In the second example, what causes it is the object of the verb noun.
So now we have to learn about the last types of sentence. Is compound complex sentence. It is the most complicated type. It has at least two independent clauses and one or more dependent clauses. It shows multiple ideas and how they relate. We move to the example. Yo-Yo wanted to travel after she graduated, but she had to go to work immediately. For the first independent clauses, the subject is Yo-Yo, the predicate is wanted. For the dependent clauses, we have subordinating conjunction is after. And then the subject is she, and the predicate is graduated. And then the second independent clauses, we have coordinating conjunction but plus the subject is she and the predicate is had. Dependent clauses adds more detail about when the desire to travel started, and the two independent clauses show two different actions or events, or wanting to travel and having to go to work. Okay everyone, so we have learned about sentence classes today. Thank you for watching. See you and thank you.